Hey, welcome back lads. So we are now able to explore the full version of the new Warzone map Mazrah, and there are about 9 or 10 locations here that are remasters of classic old school multiplayer maps that will surely be coming to the new Modern Warfare 2 at some point in the future. So let's take a closer look and kind of walk through all of these places. Like my favourite map of all time, Terminal, and what you will notice is that some of the versions here in Warzone have things missing, or they are just like a small part of the map and not the full thing. Like the iconic terminal plane is gone, the iconic plane from Afghan is also gone, but what is also different is that Mazrah is set in the Middle East in a desert, so like Terminal, the look and the theme of the map is also different, and that will probably carry over when it comes to the multiplayer eventually, instead of being that kind of like Russian version. Now, as I said, another Modern Warfare 2 classic Afghan is here with all the caves, paths and bunkers. It's just that central plane crash site which is gone, so the Afghan location is a bit more low-key because of that. Back in the day it was a good map, but it is one of those where you kind of wonder how it would translate over to a new Call of Duty game, and like if it would play the same as it did back then, just because there aren't many maps like it. It's a lot more open and bigger, stuff like that. Another one of my favourite maps of all time, or the best maps of all time, is High Rise, and we've known about that and that it would be here for a long time because it was teased to us in the reveal trailer months ago. And yeah, this one is pretty much the full entire High Rise, just once again now with a Middle East vibe to it. And I wonder if that kind of cross map spawn snipe is going to be in the full version when it releases. I hope so. That was also just like a classic iconic thing. Another low-key and unexpected map is Storm, which was a DLC map in the classic Modern Warfare 2, and here in Warzone it is literally just the layout of a single warehouse, but even then it would be interesting. Like, it is interesting to see them add in even DLC maps from the classic Modern Warfare 2, so I guess they are also working on bringing those to the multiplayer. Like, if they bring back all the classic maps and the DLC maps, that is pretty massive. And the final map from the original Modern Warfare 2 is Quarry, which is 100% one of those where I just don't really think it would work well in today's Call of Duty. People would think it's way too big, too campy, too messy, stuff like that. Quarry, along with a lot of the other older maps, because they're just bigger and more messy in general, would work a lot better if there was a permanent 10 versus 10 playlist. And also part of the map is flooded, as you see here, which was not in the old version. And there are also some older, smaller maps here, like the entire layout of Showdown from COD 4, which was also a great map. And more recently in Modern Warfare Remastered, there was also Dome from Modern Warfare 3, which probably about a year ago was remade in Vanguard as, was it Radar? Which wasn't bad, but it did work differently because of the spawns. And there's also a big discussion to have, is how different would these maps work and feel in Modern Warfare to the new one, where the gameplay is very different and the spawns are different, stuff like that. The maps might feel completely different if they came to multiplayer. Later in Season 1, we will have Shipment, which now literally takes place on a ship, and that can also be found in Mazrah. And there is also Rust, or part of it, which we noticed earlier because it's in Ground War Tarak. And finally, also as part of Tarak, there is also a callback to Neuville, a map from the first ever Call of Duty. So I don't know if that is going to come to multiplayer as a remastered map, or if it is more of just like a callback, you know, like more of a little Easter egg and reference. But yeah, that is about that. So there's about 9 or 10 remastered maps there, and compared to Verdansk from the original Warzone, there was like 3 maps in that all eventually came to multiplayer, so 9 is a lot more. So yeah, that's about that. Stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.